The stock market is rigged. We're looking at AMD and NVIDIA in this video. May 17th, 2024, Friday, OPEX, crazy. Two bouncing bulls right here, see at the end. 100% win rate with edge both times. And if you were able to buy and hold, 118% on the first one. If you got stomped out, you saw 100% come in again, 15% drawdown. You're closing at 224% in an hour and 23 minutes. Incredible action on AMD and NVIDIA on Friday. This one, even better to trade. Volume a little bit lower, but we got perfect tags of what was basically a trend day. This bouncing bear right here, 446%, and that's like 1 hour. Bang. Get a little move up, and this alert at 1525, probably the best one. 1525, no drawdown. We're telling you the win rate is 66.67%, p-value 0, so not statistically probable in any way yet, but that's a high number. And you get 126%, 34 minutes, 80% if you held until the end. No drawdown at all. Now these alerts worked really well because here at Rigged AI, we have what's called the TKO system. Basically what happened to Tyson Fury had he not been all over the ropes. And it stands for Tradeability, Komodo, on fire. All of the alerts on AMD and NVIDIA in this video have bits and pieces and components. We are going to review every single one of them. Familiarize yourself with the setups, the lingo, the strategy, so that you can come back and capitalize when the opportunity presents itself again. And last thing, remember, Rigged AI is a completely new way to trade options. Visit the website below. You can click, you can see NVIDIA, you can see AMD, you can see the alerts, what they returned. I mean, 347%, absolutely amazing. Let's jump right in. All right, we're gonna draw this thing out today. At the open, we go down one strike, you bounce up one, and we get a ton of bulls right here. So this is a trade that we took and we lost. It's very common for NVIDIA to do this at the open, go down, and then just turbo ramp. But it didn't happen. And we held a little bit too long, exiting about right here. So, I mean, that sucks. But this is trading. That's what happens, man. This is beautiful because what happens next? We go down 1, 2, a clear 3 strikes before a bounce. Now, volume, this point in time day, kept switching between normal and easy mode. Personally think normal is the most difficult to trade because we have no idea what's going to happen. But the one thing that we can kind of go with, right? Strategy. Remember, this is the T in the TKO, possible trend day. Well, this is going to trend in one direction, down, right? You get a swing here, there's a bull hidden here, and we go back up to 1 down, just 1 strike at 940. So this is an epic trade. It's kind of cut off here at the bottom, but following the price action, bulls positive PS, bears negative PS. You get a chance to follow here and to follow here on these bounces. The beautiful thing about these trades is they're never in drawdown, right? You're going here, and then we actually, close here. It is never higher than the point where the alert comes in. That's amazing. And you're seeing it happen twice. We're kind of chilling here, and then boom, comes down, and you get a little bit of this ping pong almost between the 930 and 935 strike. Something we expect to happen every single session. There's going to be an hour, 2 hours, something like that, where nothing really happens and they reload, get prepared for the next move. We get a bear right here. That's right above the 930 strike. So when we're tagging that, boom, instant. That's the 400% in an hour. 400%, 1 hour. Awesome, amazing, incredible. Small bounce, higher. And like I was saying, this is like the perfect trade. Now it goes to 100 and, 130 or something like that, right about here. But then we bounce back up and go above the 920 strike. Ideally, when we get here at the end, they just completely turbo nuke it back down to the low of the day. But this is a really good trade because it comes after a bounce and it's following the price action. And if you did that every single time, right, you made money. Bounce, down, bounce, down. Even if we exit here because we get scared, we can switch into these bulls. Maybe you don't want to because how many strikes down is this? We opened at 945, so you're only down 2. Easy mode, volume's decent. We really want to try it 3 or lower. You get that down here with this, with this bull. Because what? We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikes down. 5 strikes down, get a bounce back up, make your money. And if you switched, you absolutely crushed it. Now, going through this with a lot of the community members on Friday, everyone just got a little bit too excited in here at the open because open, the bias for NVIDIA is we're just going to rip because that's what it normally does. And again, it just comes down to controlling for risk, losing small, and sometimes winning big. But this was a session where, hey, you are following this down move and you have perfect trades. There's nothing like buying a call and it's never lower, or buying a put and you're always in the money. We're going to talk about the next part, which is Komodo. We get a really good setup right here. It's like 60-something% win rate. We're going to talk about that next. But we always go back to Tradeability. You're 5 strikes down. That's tough. That's a tough one to win. You're going to need a crazy nuke beyond 5 to make money. And obviously, all of these below the 925 strike got turbo killed. So let's go to the Komodo part next. TKO, Tradeability first, Komodo second. We'll get to the on fire part. Love taking these bulls here. Lost on the trade, lost a little bit lower than we should have, held on to too much hope, which is very silly to do, especially during the open, because we just rocked down 3 strikes pretty quickly. You're at 112% volume here, and you could have traded this bull and made some money. But remember, possible trend day, we want to follow the price action. So these are coming in. 1048, that's essentially a perfect tag. Now the win rate is low, 16.67% of the time. This alert fires off under these conditions. That's what it wins. But Tradeability says, hey, we want to follow the price action. And if you just think for a second, how many times has NVIDIA really sold off on a Friday? Or even ever, when we get one strike below the blue line? Like never, like practically never. And if you're taking this and you're in the trade small, because it is a low win rate, you are never out of the money. It is perfect. We are following the price action. These are interesting here at 12.11. So let's go back and we'll look at the bulls. Let's jump our win rate to 0. $11.29, $11.01. These are all pulling 0%. 0%. 2.44 down. Get a little bit higher here, 41% with edge. But when it comes to trading and you're looking at all of these coming in, they never win, right? The max drawdown before max gain is minus 4.66%. It was never in profit. None of these are ever in profit. I mean, what does that tell us? That tells us don't trade it. No matter how good it looks or it could be, right? You only get 29% on it because it's going against the trend, right? And if we just follow the price action, hey, this is above the strike, 1341. This is going to be low win rate as well. Yeah, 0%. Drawdown is nothing, and it goes to 443% in an hour. Following Tradeability. So Tradeability is first. Komodo is second. And then it comes to On Fire, which I'll get to right after this. We want to look at this section here. 66.67% win rate. P is 0, so no probability there. But see anything over 50%, get really, really excited. But that's why you got to come in and check the charts. Because when these are firing off in the final, we have moved down. We are low. And not only that, but like we've moved down in a very short period of time. It's almost 2.5 strikes in an hour. So if you're going to take the trade, it's like, are you late? Yes, you're late. Could it work? Absolutely. But you're always thinking like, can I find a better entry? And this thing bounces back up, and the 1525, same win rate, never in drawdown. 80% if you bought and held, 126.36%. TKO. Now let's talk about On Fire. It's going to be incorporated into the app shortly. But what I want to show you first is how I like to use it in Discord. You know, the system acronym is TKO. Tradeability, Komodo, On Fire. On Fire may be more important than all of them because Tradeability, what could happen. Komodo is what has happened historically. How have those alerts performed given all this black magic, whatever? But On Fire tells us when alerts are making money. So you're seeing it from May 17th, AMD bear on fire, AMD bear on fire, NVIDIA on fire, and this is telling us, pay attention. You want to see something get 100% in a very short period of time, because if it goes 100, it could go 2, it could go 3, it could go 4, and you need it to happen quickly. So this is the best example. Remember, the first bear bomb was like a 0% win rate, this one at 1341. But as soon as this notification comes in, if you lock in, pay attention, the next bomb we get is at 1404, when this thing's already hit 200% in 10 minutes later. So if you chase the first one, like we're late, but we get a bear bomb, you're automatically in the trade, never in drawdown, going to 100, 200% plus, right? That's what we want to see. We want to trade whatever symbol it is that says ripping on fire. Because when that happens, you're going to see a lot of alerts, you're going to see perfect tags, and you're going to make money. So let's go to AMD now, because these are absolutely insane. 100% win rates and 100% plus returns. AMD price action, similar to NVIDIA, difficult to get 3 strikes because this thing was like $200 a share. It's 164.45 now. But right, you get the same thing. Move down, swing. You would love if you had an alert right here. And if you're advanced and you're a gangster and you want to chase the move, follow the trend day, follow the price action. You see this little red florb come in, you take it, boom, amazing. This is where Komodo, 1241. So we already know to look at AMD. Why? Because we got the on fire notification. We're going to have volatility. It's going to be tradable, and we're going to be able to make money. 1241, 66.67% win rate, 245% in 2 hours. That's amazing. You know, P is 0, but anytime you see that number over 50%, following the price action, this thing comes in and you just wait. Like, okay, is it just going to fly below 165? It doesn't. And you enter anywhere in here where this is failing to break higher, you know, you're making way more money. I'm telling you, MDA, max drawdown average on winners, 22%. What was the max drawdown? 19%. So if you're thinking about that with your entry price, you know, this 245% is way more. And that's amazing, but not even as good as this. 100% win rate with edge, 100% win rate with edge. AMD is on fire, and maybe it's going to bounce. This thing was massive in the morning. It's crazy. And they opened it, you know, $6 higher in the pre-market. First one, 1410, probably not going to survive it. Going to take that 20% loss and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, it was so stupid. 100% win rate with edge. That's not going to last. That's not going to keep going on. But you see another one come in, 61 cents for your call option. That's, you know, 27 cents in the money. Survive the drawdown, 15%, nothing. And you're getting 224. And that's TKO. Tradeability tells us, hey, we want to follow the move. And you're able to do this, 66% win rate. Boom. It's on fire. We're paying attention. So even if we miss the on fire notification here, what happens next? Komodo, 2 bull bombs, 100% win rate with edge, and you win them both. Both are 100% plus at the end of the session. Maybe you lose the first one, at the end of the session, kind of like to go crazy anyway, but you get 224%. TKO. Tradeability, Komodo, on fire. Let's see, the on fire alert for this came in right about here, 14:15. As soon as you touch that 162.50 strike, that's telling us, hey, log in, get on the app, look at the alerts. And what happens next? Boom, Komodo, 100% win rate and a 224% return. So we're going to do a lot more to bring all of this into the application, but just kind of trying to show you guys like TKO, Tradeability, if it's nightmare, if it's on hard mode, it's on normal, not even looking for anything until after 1300. Unless Komodo, we're seeing a 50% win rate with edge, any point in time, or on fire. On fire, I think, is going to be our strongest signal to pay attention. Options are moving up and down in price rapidly, which means options are probably, likely, possibly going to continue moving the stock. And if the historical data matches, oh baby, you really just need 2 out of 3. Komodo to match Tradeability, on fire to match Komodo. 2 out of 3 is good, 3 out of 3, perfect. We usually only see 2 or 3 really perfect, easy sessions the entire month. We're overdue. May 17th, we're overdue. Maybe we'll get it post NVIDIA earnings. Have a great day. Always lose small, sometimes win big. Keep it extra frosty.